Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning to the people who are living in the Philippines. Good afternoon and good evening to all the people who are living in other side of country and to world. And sir, good morning to you and everyone. I have a guest, and my guest is Sir Trevor in Thailand, and then he is the real Nitty Gritty and Boots Underground in Thailand. And then his channel name is Buzzin Pattaya, is the most informative and enjoyable in Thailand. So, Sir Trevor, welcome to my channel, and I am grateful and honored that you granted this interview. I know that you are so very busy, but you grant my interview, and thank you to be on my channel. So, sir, let's get started. Can you please tell us about your Bazin Pattaya channel, its content, plans, goals, and objectives?
Yeah, sure. Good morning to you, and please, can we leave the sir bit out? Can we leave that bit out? I'm not a sir. Please don't do it. Yeah, I mean, thank you for inviting me to your channel. It's great to be here. So I have a YouTube channel here in Pattaya, and basically it's just it's aimed more at people that maybe haven't been here very often or are quite new to the city, or maybe they're first timers, and it's really just to give them a guide because. I'm sure it's the same in the Philippines as it is here. You know, there's so much to take in on your first visit. There's so much that you've got to try and get your head around and try and understand. And unfortunately, you know, with the nightlife industry, there comes a certain amount of risks, certain amount of things that maybe you didn't expect or you weren't anticipating. And it's just really just to showcase that kind of side. And then it's the other side of the channel is more aimed at people that are more familiar with the city and know the score, and about thinking about things that they can go and do and places they can go and visit.
You have been Boots Underground and the Nitty Gritty and Thailand. Please give us 5 big pros and cons of living or retiring in Thailand, specifically the Pattaya area, and the game changer that resulted in Thailand being your country of choice.
5 good and bad things. Wow.
Mm.
I mean, it depends on where you live in the world as to what you will consider to be good or not good. I mean, I've come from England, so I've come from a very cold winter and not really a very good summer. So for me, the pros was the climate. The climate is out here is fantastic. Even when it's the rainy season here, it's still far better than the UK. So for me, the climate was a definite pro. I'm very much a lover of spicy food. So for me, the Thai cuisine, the Thai street food and everything was just it was a no-brainer for me, because to me, it was like, this food is just off the radar good. So I love the Thai food. I particularly like the Thai culture. When you come out to Thailand, Pattaya is not a true reflection of Thailand. Pattaya is a extremely high-profile entertainment zone. It's just a zone. If you step outside of this city, and I take you back to my homeland up into Korat in the northern of Thailand, you know, what you see here, you will never ever see up there. It's very, very different. So once you immerse yourself into the culture and you understand that the Pattaya is it's like I can only describe it as like it's a very, very big nightclub. And in that nightclub, there are many aspects that you can enjoy and take part in. But when you come out of the nightclub and when you go what we call home, well, home's very, very different to the nightclub. So again, for me, you know, the climate, the food, the culture. Also, I like the fact that it's very chilled out. It's very laid back. I came from an extremely high pressured environment in London to now being in an environment where the favorite saying they have here is, you know, "My bin lai," means doesn't matter, it's okay. Loud that corn, up to you. It's very chilled out, very relaxed. And also, Thailand has so much to offer. If you're retired out here and you've got the ability to travel around, you know, this country alone has so many beautiful, beautiful places that you can embrace and go and explore. We've got some stunning beaches. We've got some fantastic temples and mountains and scenery and beautiful culture here. So for me, that would be the 5 good things. Bad things, I think, if I'm being honest with you, that you can immerse yourself into the entertainment zone here and lose reality. You can kind of like anticipate that this is real, but it's not. This is just a fantasy world, and you need to step outside of the fantasy world. Otherwise, it will eat you up. It really will. It will destroy you if you're not strong enough to be able to deal with that kind of environment.
Okay.
Secondly, yeah, I mean, secondly, alcohol is freely available from early morning right the way through the whole day. And one of the negative sides of this environment is people allow themselves to become complacent with what's going on. They just accept, oh, this is okay. And we call it rinse and repeat. You just rinse it out and you repeat again. Well, that can then lead you into personal problems with drinking and, alcoholism. I've seen many people come here that drink way in excess of what they used to drink in and back home. So it can really take hold of you. And unfortunately, when it gets a grip of you, it's very difficult for that side to be released and to go back to normality. So just be very, very careful. And I think the other not negative side, but I'm very fortunate where I live. We're surrounded by many beautiful women. But maybe the association of the relationship, that maybe the guy that's coming out here, he sees that side isn't necessarily what the girl sees her side. So you have to be very, very aware.
Okay. And I would like to say thank you, Paul Simpkins, for the super sticker. Okay. Okay, sir. Where would you recommend living initially for foreigners coming from the Philippines to Thailand and trying to decide where to settle in the area?
Anywhere apart from here.
Yes.
Yeah, because you don't want to immerse yourself into the lion's den because you're going to get bitten. What you need to do is, we got some beautiful suburbs, some surrounding areas. We've got places like Jom Tien, Pratam Naklua, what we call the east side of Pattaya, is commonly nicknamed the dark side. These areas are not as full on as what it is here, and more to the point, they give you the opportunity to step away and live a normal life, but then come in like you would do if you were back home and going out for a day out, a night out with the lads or whatever. So yeah, I mean, Jom Tien's very nice, got a nice beach. Pratanak, again, a smaller area, but again, it's got a nice beach. It's got a good community. Naklua has a good beach area. That's more aimed towards Scandinavians, that Norwegians and that sort of that area. The east side of Pattaya, the dark side that we call it, that's more aimed at expats from mainly the UK. And, it's a very different lifestyle. So if you are coming out here and you need to settle down, or you're looking to settle down, then, don't throw yourself into the lion's den, because you really are going to get bitten. You're better off to step outside, keep abreast of everything, keep aware of all the stuff that's going on, and then you can then step in when you want to.
And sir, I just want to say, I just apologize if sometimes I don't speak English quite well because I feel nervous.
No, don't be silly. Listen, you've kindly invited me onto your show. You do whatever you feel comfortable with. It doesn't matter, honestly. It really doesn't matter. Please. And you keep calling me sir. Stop calling me sir.
Can you give a quick comparison of your Thailand budget in terms of living expenses?
That's kind of like saying how long's a piece of string, because it depends on what you want out of the city. If you want to live a very simplistic, very basic lifestyle in terms of the fact that you live here, you enjoy the culture, you enjoy the temperatures, maybe you want to go out and have a drink maybe once a week and dip your toe into the entertainment zone here, you can comfortably live here with 30 to 40,000 baht, no problems. If you want to party hard and you want to go out like Friday and Saturday and maybe one time in the week, and you want to socialize and all the other things that go with it, well, then you're looking at 100,000 baht a month to have a really good time. But again, it's like everything. If you was to eat one particular food dish every single day, there will come a time when eventually you say, do you know what, I don't want to eat that today. I'm bored. I've eaten this for so many days now, I'm just bored of it. So I think with living here, you need to have variety. You need to challenge yourself and go out and do things that maybe you think you wouldn't enjoy, but you find out that you do enjoy. So, if you come here to live, come here to live. Don't come here to just exist. And that's where I think some people go wrong, is that they have a certain amount of money, they want to move over here. But realistically speaking, after the gloss has come off and after the whole excitement of living here has disappeared, it then becomes same. It's just a little bit different to where you were living. So then you get the boredom setting in, and then you can't afford financially to go off and do things you want to do to try and release that boredom. So it does become very, very difficult to live here. But I mean, to answer your question, if you came here and you could afford 2,000 baht per day, every day, you'll be okay.
You drive or rent motorbike, cars, and other vehicles in Thailand. Is it safe, and is insurance cover with rentals?
This is probably the worst country in the world I've ever lived in with regards to driving.
Oh,
You got to
okay.
have a 360-degree view here. It really is very, very dangerous.
Mhm.
I have two motorbikes, and I have a car when I go home up to the village. Uh, it's just, if you're coming here to live, then you need to really take your time and don't. The biggest problem we have here is you've got to expect the unexpected. You know, you ride down the road, there will be people riding towards you on your side of the lane and thinking, hang on, what's going on here? Cars and lorries and motorbikes will just cut across you. They won't expect anything else. They'll just say, if you can see me, stop. If you can't see me, well, okay, we're going to crash. And it's like, dude, like, where's that coming from?
Ah,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I mean, it's very, very bad here. I mean, for me as an individual, it's certainly the worst driving experience I've ever had. Having said that, I've lived here now 11 years, and I've got a situation now where I'm very used to it. I ride a big bike and a small bike every day, so I'm quite aware. But for those that haven't experienced the roads out here, you've got to be very, very careful. Insurance, you
Okay.
get insurance, and you can get stuff like that, but just I'd, nowadays we have so many different options for transportation, things like motorbike taxis. We have a system out here called Bolt, which is a really good application, very easy to use. And again, that let them do the driving, and you sit down and you sit back and relax.
Okay. And
And
sir, okay, you're speaking about we are speaking now about driving a motorbike. So, you are in Thailand. So do you use your US driving license, or you have Thailand driver's license?
I'm from the UK, so I don't have a US license.
Ah,
But
okay. UK.
I have Thai driving license, and you get two licenses out here. You get one for the motorbike, one for the car. They're separate. And yes, I have both.
Ah, okay. How would you rate the medical care in Thailand in comparison to the medical care in any country you have lived or traveled?
The medical care out here, if you're looking for dental treatment, it's fantastic. I mean, there's so many dentists just here in Pattaya alone, let alone Bangkok and other areas. Uh, the dental treatment here is very, very good, and it's highly recommended. And a lot of people travel here just to get that, because the cost of the flight and the accommodation in comparison to the cost of the dental treatment back in your own country, you're still saving considerable amounts of money. In regards to medical, you have to have insurance when you come here. You have to have insurance, or you need very deep pockets, because private medical treatment here, if you go to some of the big hospitals, will run into the hundreds of thousands of baht. So you do really need to be very, very sure that you have your insurance and that it will cover you for many of the things that may or may not go wrong. But certainly, the medical care here is very, very good. If anything, it's maybe sometimes a little bit OTT. If you go to like a pharmacy or go to a doctor and say, "Oh, I've got a bit of a sniffle or whatever," you're going to walk out with a suitcase full of drugs and stuff you've got to take. But I think in terms of actual medical care, and I believe for like the ladies, the beauty care and stuff like that, yes, very, very good here. But you have to have insurance.
Yeah, and I heard also some people, sir, that Thailand is highly recommend for surgery, especially if you surgery your implant boobs or nose
Yeah.
or your cheeks. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much available. I should go and get some done myself, but I'm too lazy.
Yeah, because I
But no,
had
it's
a gay
very good.
friend. Okay, I had a gay friend. He made an operation of his boobs in Thailand.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a common thing out here. It's a very common thing out here. Silicone implants are nowadays they're just so normal. It's just you just don't really you don't even think about it anymore. It's just like no dramas, whatever. Up to you. It's no problems.
How about medical insurance? Is it comprehensive and affordable?
Comprehensive, yes. Affordable is dependent on your age. Once you start
Mm.
hitting the 55 plus up, it does start to get expensive. But it's, there are insurance policies here that you can get are very, very comprehensive. My advice would be to try and get one earlier on in your life that you can keep renewing rather than go out and find a brand new starter and then you have to start from the beginning because some of these insurance policies can run into like £1,500, £2,000 UK per year.
And did you buy or rent or own Thailand? Which do you recommend for foreigners moving to Thailand? I mean, do you rent or own a condo or apartment?
For people coming out here, 100% rent. For the simple fact is, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. When you come out here, it's all new to you. There's a lot of things going on that perhaps you've never experienced before. There's situations and circumstances that will present themselves to you, and you're thinking, wow, this is great. But if you commit to buying when you first come out here, well, now you've really put yourself into a situation where it's not easy to get back out of. You might come out here with all the best intentions in the world, but you might then, after a few months or maybe a year or so or more, you might think, you know what, this isn't really what I was hoping it was going to be like. This isn't really like for me, and I want to move. Well, if you've bought a condo, you can't own a house, but if you bought a condo, you're then in a situation where you've now got to release that asset, which is it's a difficult situation because right now there are literally thousands of condos available for sale. I would strongly recommend that you rent first. Because also as well, if you look at the process of when you buy a property or you buy a condo, you go to the condo, you go to that said area, but you don't spend any real time there. You don't know if your neighbors are going to be noisy and partying all night. You don't know what the traffic situation is like. You don't know what it's really like to actually live there. So it's better to rent first in the area you're considering. And if you like it, then you can take the steps towards owning a condo or getting yourself a house. But I would strongly say rent all day long.
Okay. And are there land or property restrictions like the Philippines unfavorable to foreigners?
Heavily restricted. As a foreigner, you cannot
Ah,
own land. You can't own
mm,
land here. It's an absolute no-no. The only way around it is that you can set up a Thai company in which you can be a majority shareholder in the fact that you can own up to 49% of the company, and then the others have to be divided amongst Thai nationals. But if you divide it amongst enough of them, then eventually you become the majority shareholder, even though you're not. So you can set up a company, you can own the land that way through your company. But again, the company owns the land, not you.
okay. And I'm gonna shout out to the people who are watching, the 17 people who are watching. Thank you, and also to watching this interview. And sir, can you please recommend three condos to rent or live in Pattaya? Please describe or explain why these three are chosen.
It's so hard because you're asking me to recommend somewhere based on my own personal preference,
Mm,
which might not be yours. Um,
mm,
I mean, we're very lucky. I'm not going to recommend three, but what I'm going to say is this: that the city has changed dramatically over the last 5 years. There are some incredibly good new condominiums being built. There are some really fantastic facilities available in these new condominiums. So, in terms of where I would suggest you live or where would you go to, it's got to be your own preference. And it goes back to your last question. Try to rent. A lot of these condominiums, even though they're brand new, they still have people that have bought and are looking to rent. So maybe just dip your
mm.
toe in the water first and just rent first and see. But we've got some fantastic new developments. I ride around the city now, and even in the short time I've lived here, I look around, I think, wow, so much has changed in the last decade. And there's so many fantastic new builds now. I mean, we've got some incredible places here. It really is fantastic. But I would be very hesitant to recommend, because if someone took me up on my recommendation and they didn't like it, I'm to blame.
Okay. Please name three places in Pattaya you deem a must-eat establishment for foreigners or visitors.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Could you say that one again, please?
Okay, please name 3 places in Pattaya you deem a must-eat establishment for foreigners or visitor. I mean, it's like
So,
restaurant, sir.
so 3 places must visit. Can I just
Yes.
jump in very quick and just say hello to Ian? Ian 44444. He's one of my guys on my community. Great guys. So and he's just said he has a race with me to get on the channel and say hello first. But anyway, hello Ian. Welcome to the show. In terms of must-eat restaurants, oh man, that's okay. We'll go with let's try and mix it up. So we'll start with high end. Let's go to Patrick's Steakhouse, which is off Second Road. Very, very high quality steaks cooked to perfection. A
Okay.
lot of seafood and stuff. That's fantastic. Patrick's is a definite. That's not ruling out anyone else. I'm just saying my own personal preference. Patrick's, love you to go there. It's very, very good. Then I would say let's go with Robin Hood. Robin Hood, which is in the Avenue Shopping Mall. Go and try them. They have a vast menu covering many, many different varieties of dishes, and the prices are very good. So again, it gives you a lot of options. And the one thing that I would say you have to do, you just have to do this. You can't come here and not do this. And that is go and experience the Thai street food. The street vendors here, they sell the food in their food carts. You get to watch them cook the food in front of you. The tastes are so varied, so brilliant. The variety is there for everyone, and it really is. If you come to Thailand and you don't try street food, then you really have missed out, in my opinion.
Yes, sir. I saw it also in the different vlogger that they made a video in Thailand, and then they ate noodles in the street food noodles, and then when they go inside the mall, you will see directly different kind of fruits.
Yeah, I mean, street food is very varied. You know, I eat street food all the time, every day, and again, a little tip would be to try and get a hold of the language slightly, even if you can't speak it. What you want to do is ask somebody. There's plenty of people here that can help you. Go and ask somebody in a bar. Say, look, I want the spicy mince dish, kapau musap. Can you write it down in Thai for me? And just put it into your wallet or put it into your phone. Take a photo of it. And then when you think, I want that mince dish that I really like, that pork dish, you can just show the person on the phone and they'll make it for you. But the variety is fantastic here. It really is. It really is just something you've got to just try and explore and just, find, and don't be put off by it. So many people say, oh no, I can't eat that. That's horrible. Honestly, just try it. It really is fantastic.
Okay, sir. And Thailand is in number one in my bucket list because I would try to eat the sticky mango rice, and then I would like to visit also the floating market.
Nice. Yeah, well, come over and
Yeah.
I'll show you around. I'll take you around and show you the places. But it's
Okay.
a really good thing. It's a really good point what you say, because people come over here. Oh no, I'm not trying that. Just try it. It's just worth having a go. You'll be surprised how enjoyable Thai food is.
Yeah, but as a Filipino, sir, it's hard to get out of the Philippines because of the immigration interview.
It's very similar for the Thai ladies here as well. They have to have a certain amount of criteria that they've got to stick to. Otherwise, they can't get a visa to leave, because the
Yes.
government are frightened that if they leave, they won't come back.
Yes. Okay. If any of my subscriber or viewers come to Thailand, including me, can we meet with you and you show us around and have meal or two together?
The whole point of what I did was, when I built the Buzzin Pattaya community, it was exactly that. It's a community. And I've learned over the last 10 years, and more so in the last 2 to 3 years, there are a lot of people that want to come out, but they don't want to come out because they don't want to be on their own. They're not really sure about where they're going or what they're going to do and how they explore the city. And the one thing that I've found has been really successful with Buzzin is that we really have a strong community bond. It's all about the community. It's not about me. I'm just a guy that sits here and does what I do. It's not about me. It's about you guys and about the guys that come out here. So for me, absolutely, we hold meetups every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, where we get all the guys together, and people and families, and not so much families, but husbands and wives or boyfriend, girlfriend. They'll come. You get to meet each other. You find out if you've got similar things in common. and we show you around the city. We show you what's going on. So, you know, it's really important, because one of the things I would be really disappointed in is that if someone came out here and didn't know where they were going, didn't really get to feel the city for what it offers and the country for what it offers, and went back and said, oh, no, I didn't really enjoy it. I think there's so much here that it's hard not to enjoy it. It's just a case of knowing where to go. So yes, if you came over here, then absolutely, and anyone that comes out here, absolutely more than welcome to show you guys around.
Okay, thank you, sir. And speaking of food, what's your honest opinion of Thailand food? I heard it's very delicious, unlike apples and orange compared to Filipino food. Can't even compare.
Unfortunately, I've never been to the Philippines. I'd love to go, but I haven't been. So I don't know about the food there. All I can say is there's a few things to be very careful of. Thai food is delicious, and it really is an incredible cuisine. However, it's very, very sweet. They put a lot of sugar in a lot of the dishes. It's almost part and package of sugar and MSG into all the dishes that you're going to get. So if you don't have a very high tolerance of sugar, or maybe you're diabetic or whatever, you need to be very, very aware of that. And again, it goes back to what I said about getting someone to write stuff down for you. You know, if you don't want sugar, you know, must I know damn, and just get them to write it down, because if it's something that's going to upset your stomach and you can't explain to them, please don't put sugar in, or please don't put this in, it will cause you problems. Also, the Thai food, generally speaking, is always spicy. It's very, very spicy. I'm quite lucky because I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to spices. I can eat very, very spicy food. I actually look forward to eating spicy food. But for some, you know, it can spoil their food because it is very spicy. So again, you know, my side pick, you know, just explain to them, please don't put chilies in, or my pet, you know, I don't want it spicy. So you can try and balance things out a little bit more. But in terms of the food, it's just fantastic. There's so many variations.
Before COVID, I heard that the Chinese and Russian were the primary travelers or visitors to Pattaya, and were quite apparent. Has COVID changed that scenario, or is it the same until now?
Right now, probably the most dominant tourism is from India. There's quite a lot of Indians here. They mainly go. The Indians tend to hang around like walking street areas and go off on their trips. There's a lot more Chinese coming over here now. We see a lot more coaches, a lot more coming across, which is great for the city. It's great for the economy. It's quite weird because the city's, it's weird in many ways. It's like divided. If you're going to Walking Street, you're going to find the Chinese tourists and the Indian tourists. You don't see many Europeans, not many. If you go in, and you also get a lot of Russian tourists. But if you go to like Jomtien, mainly Scandinavian, Russian, and a fair few expats from Europe. If you go over to like the east side, it's pretty much all Europe. If you go into like LK Metro area, Soibakau area, again, it's more Europeans. And over in Naklua, like I said before, it's like Scandinavians, and they tend to have their own little communities in areas. I think mainly because it makes sense, you know, if there's a lot of Chinese and in this area, and you're Chinese, well, then it makes sense to stay in that area because you'll get to see other people from your country. But yeah, I mean, it's picking up. It is picking up. I only came into the studio this morning, and I saw a row of about 8 coaches outside a big hotel resort here, ready to pick up all the tourists and take them off onto their daily excursion. So it is getting back to how it used to be. Yeah.
And what advice you can give a single foreigner coming to Thailand seeking a Thailand companion in terms of areas to meet them, bars and clubs not included?
Strap yourself in. It's going to be an emotional ride. I mean, I could talk to you about this subject for hours, and I won't. But you know, a single guy coming out here, it's a very difficult topic because there's so many things to take into account. You know, are you recently divorced and you've had a tough time back home? You're looking to start a new life again. What age are you? You know, if you're young, you know, there's a whole massive opportunities out here for different things to happen. What I would say is, it's a bit like how can I explain it? It's a bit like if you put your hand into a shark tank, you're likely to get bitten. If you go out into the sea, the chances of you finding a shark are very little. So when you come here, this is an industry, this is a business. And the girls that work here, I've the utmost respect for them. I have no disrespect to them whatsoever. They do what they do and they do it to the best of their ability, but they've heard a million lies before. The guys come over and the girls say, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" I'm an F1 pilot, or I'm an astronaut, and all these weird and wonderful job scenarios come bouncing out of these guys.
Okay.
And so, of course, the girls hear that, "Oh, wow, you're a company director. Oh, and it builds their hopes up. And then, unfortunately, what happens then is that they then realize that actually that's not quite true and that he's not an airline pilot or whatever. So they're used to that situation. So, of course, then when the guys come in and they meet the girls and she thinks, "Oh, here we go again. Same, but different." And the guy says, "Oh, how long have you worked here?" "Oh, my first day." And yet she can speak English and all this. It's a really tough situation. I think for guys coming out here looking for a companion, there's Thailand has an incredibly beautiful women here. They're incredibly beautiful women here. And when you go out of this city and you immerse yourself into the actual culture of Thailand, the way it really is, you'll find that not only are those women beautiful, but you will find a partner for life because they are just amazingly caring, loving, and just beautiful people. But if you come here into the city, you're just throwing yourself into the lion's den and splashing a load of blood over you and saying, "Come on in, come and bite me." It's gonna, it is like that. But the apps, yeah, we've all got Photoshop. I mean, I need Photoshop, but I haven't got it. But there's Photoshops, and there's, it's easy for somebody to say that perhaps they're not quite the person that they really are, and all these kind of things. I just think if you come out here looking for love or looking for a relationship, look outside this city. Look outside. Go and explore, and stay away from the lion's den.
And sir, sorry for asking this. Are you single or married?
I've
Married.
been happily
Okay.
married 6 years.
Okay. Okay. What kind of visa are you on? And please explain the choices, processes, procedure, and the prices.
The visa is very difficult because the visas are very different. I own a company here, so I have a work permit, and I'm on a retirement visa, but I own a company, so I also get a work permit to work here. Those guys that are coming out here over 50, you get a retirement visa. Under 50, you can seek a elite visa, which is very expensive, but it will give you 5 years here. You can go down the language visa, although that right now I believe is under a lot more scrutiny. They're looking at that a lot more in detail. So you could get an education visa. You could get married. There are various options. The costs, it really depends on people's circumstances. But for the ease and purposes, wait till you're over 50 and you can get a retirement visa. I think they're about 8,000 baht a year, and then you've got to do your 90-day report every 3 months. But a lot of the agencies here will take care of that for you anyway. You just give them the passport, they'll do the 90-day reporting, and they'll just give you the passport back the next day.
Okay. Sir, do you have any question for me, or I'm gonna continue?
Have I got any questions for you?
Yes, you can ask me question if you have some question to ask.
Well, you've not been to Thailand and I've not been to the Philippines, so it's very difficult.
Mhm.
But I would like to know, how do you think the Philippines compares to Thailand?
Okay, the Philippines is compared to Thailand is the buildings here, especially the condominium. So the Thailand condominium is much more sufficient and much more beautiful and nice. And I think it's cheap than here in the Philippines, because here in the Philippines, if you rent a condo, especially in Mactan Newton for studio type condominium, I think it costs 30,000 pesos for monthly. And then for one bedroom, I think 40 to 45. Two
Mhm.
bedrooms, it's 50,000 pesos per month. That's the very big difference. And then the food here is delicious, but not the same as delicious in Thailand. And then mostly we have here more known dish to us is pork adobo, chicken adobo, pancit, lumpia, and then pork apritada, chicken apritada, and then so on. And then there is some delicacy here, and different city all over the Philippines. We have different delicacy. Like here in Cebu City, our delicacy are dried mango, and then
Mm.
it's like sticky rice. We call that here muron, or I don't know how to say that in English. And then in Leyte also there is delicacy, and then yes, here there are, we have different delicacy, and we have different also dialect or language. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think the nice thing about the Philippines is, from what I understand, is the majority of people speak English.
Yes, yes, because English is our second language, but not all the people can speak English fluently or very well, but they are trying to speak English and try to communicate to the people who are speaking English.
And in the Philippines, compared to like here, I mean, obviously, right here, we were just touching on, we got a lot of Chinese, a lot of Russian tourism here, and Indian tourism. What's the biggest demographic of your tourism in Philippines?
Right now, mostly Korean people. There are quite a lot of Korean people here, especially here in Lapu-Lapu. Mostly, I saw Korean people. There are so much Korean people here, and at the same time, I also saw Western guy who are here in the Philippines. Yeah, and then I saw also some students from other country. They come over here for to go to university, like aeronautic
Okay.
school. Yeah, aeronautic school or medicine, so they come over here. I saw quite a
Okay.
lot of different people go to university here.
Yeah. I see Henrik's just put a comment up, says the food is much better in Thailand, much more choice, like night and day.
Yes.
I mean, we do have a lot of choices here, and the thing is also as well. I just want to say, if you're not into the Thai spice and the Thai food, there is you're going to struggle if you go to the villages. You're going to struggle, if no doubt about it. But if you stick to the main areas, like Phuket, Bangkok, Pattaya, Khon Kaen, Udon Thani, Buriram, the bigger cities, you'll always find European food. No problem whatsoever. No problem at all. So don't let that put you off coming out.
Okay, I would like to say hello to Arlene. Hello, Arlene. And sir, uh, what I really would like to do in Thailand is like riding a ship and then eating inside the ship while on the sea, and then you can see the whole Thailand during the night. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, we have in the bay here in Pattaya in the bay, we have
Mm,
three seafood restaurants that are boats, and they drift out into the ocean, so you can turn around and look back at the city, which is really impressive, really nice.
yeah, it's nice, sir. Very romantic.
Don't tell that. My wife will be asking me to take her.
Okay. Okay. Are Thai as friendly and welcoming as Filipinos are? I mean, in terms of greetings, service, and communications.
Thai people are one of the most nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of being around. They're amazing people. They're very friendly. They're very helpful. One of the biggest culture shocks I had, and it really was a massive shock for me, was that when I first came here, I lived in London. I could count on one hand the names of people that I knew that lived in my street, even though I'd lived in my street for 20 odd years. When I came out here, it was really, really difficult to get my head around people smiling and saying hello to me. And I'm like,
Mm.
what's going on? Why are you saying hello? What's that about? What do you want? Thai people are just incredibly, incredibly nice, incredibly friendly. And again, I have to keep trying to distance you away from this city, simply because this city is a fantasy. This is not the Thailand that you would really understand if you left the city and went, like, I live up in Korat. I live in a small village and outside of Korat. When I walk around the city, sorry, and I said, when I walk around my village to just, have a wander around and just what I'm doing, clear my head or think about things, Everybody. When I walk from my home to my wife's parents, it's about, must be, I don't know, maybe a kilometer. And I can't keep count of how many people speak to me and say good morning to me. And okay, it's slightly different because I speak Thai, so they understand I can speak with them. But nevertheless, they're just so friendly. Morning, T. How are you? Where are you going? What are you doing today? Are you okay? Do you want some water? Do you want some food? I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. They're beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful people. So I think when you come out here, be prepared to be made to feel uncomfortable in the fact that they will welcome you with open arms. They will talk nicely to you. They will embrace, you know, what you can offer in terms of like where you're from, and and also another thing is the children. The children are very, very funny because they're so, wow, there's a foreigner here. So they will look and they will giggle and they will talk and they will point and they will all the rest of it. But they don't mean any malice by it, any harm by it. They're just, you know, they're fascinated that maybe you're the first Westerner that they've ever seen. And so, of course, they're like, wow, there's a man over there that's got different color skin to me. You know, it's weird.
Okay, is the Thai family connection and expectation from foreigners the same as in the Philippines? I mean, giving family members money, building a house, or supporting family members?
Oh, this is a great question. This is one I get all the time. You know, if you're in a relationship in your home country, when you're living with somebody, do you not support her? Does she not support you? Do you not have things you do together? When you buy a property, do you not, you know, if you're maybe the main earner, are you not paying the mortgage every month? You know, when you go out and buy food, do you not contribute to the food? Now, these are all things that just happen to be day-to-day existence. But unfortunately, out here, where it goes a little bit wrong, in my opinion, is that guys fall in love, and the girl's living back in her homeland, wherever she may be. She might be up in one of the villages. And you know, what's wrong with a young girl wanting to have a house? What's wrong with a girl wanting to have some land and some stability? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, to support the girls and support your partner and to build a house or build the land, you know, at the end of the day, the most natural thing people tell me is, oh, you'll never own it. You're just going to get ripped off and they're going to take the land away from you. Well, when you get divorced in the UK and you go to court and then you have to sell the house and split the money, where's that any different? You know, you might get a proportion of the money, but you still lost the house. I just think out here that the biggest advice I can give anybody is don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And if you're happy, you know, I've got a house up in Korat. I live a very, very happy lifestyle there. I have absolutely not even one single millisecond of doubt with my wife. My wife is a fantastic lady. She's made my life complete. We have a house, and you know, God forbid things ever turned wrong or went wrong, or you know, if it happened, well, that's just the way it is. You know, that's life. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is.
Okay. Sir, are you fluent to speak Thailand language?
Uh, if you put me in a day-to-day scenario, then yes. If you immerse me into something like commercial Thai or specific Thai, where like maybe you're talking about maybe medication, I wouldn't know most of those words because I don't know them. But if you said to me, "Can we go out today?" and we only speak in Thai, no problem, no problem at all. When I go home, there is no English spoken. They don't speak any English at all. It's only in Thai. And the trouble is when you cross the border, well, not the border, but when you go from into what we call Isan, then they speak another dialect again. So you've got to readjust yourself and learn that. So I have a good hold on Isan, but you can drop me anywhere in this country and I'll be fine.
Okay, I would like to say, Hendrik, take care and you will come to Thailand, Sharon. Big love to you all. Thank you. And I wish because Thailand is number one in my list, bucket list. Okay.
Well, you got to get
Okay.
yourself out here.
Yeah, sir, but I must save first money, especially my mom will have an operation sooner, and then I am still processing the procedure of her cardiac pulmonary clearance so that we will have her operation schedule of her two eyes for cataract operation. Yeah, but I
Okay.
need, yeah, it's me who handled the financial because it's me who have less. But I know it's quite a lot of money. It's so much. I paid the operation around 80,000 pesos, but it's okay because as it's for my mom's eyes, and then if I cannot make the operation, maybe the time will come that she will become blind, so it's useless. The you can keep your money and then your mom is blind, so I don't want it.
I understand. Well, I hope your mum makes a full recovery.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Okay, any closing comments to me and the viewers?
Any
Comments. Any closing comments to me and to the viewers?
I'd just like to say thank you very much for inviting me onto your channel. It's much appreciated. Thank you so much for that, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. In regards to any lasting comments, just just don't be afraid to do something different. Come and try experience in the Philippines or Thailand. Just come and experience it. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to confirm maybe your negative thoughts that you didn't enjoy yourself. But the best that can happen is you might find that you've just found a new location, be it the Philippines, be it Thailand, and you think, do you know what? I'm so glad I did this, and it's opened up a whole different chapter in your life. So just be prepared to take a step forward and don't worry about what's behind you.
Okay, and sir, this ends of our interview of the popular vlogger Trevor of Buzzin Pattaya. His channel is Must See. And sir, thank you so much for giving me a time to be on my channel and to be interviewed. It's my really I mean I really greatly appreciate it because even I feel still so nervous, but I try to must go on.
No, you've done brilliantly. Please don't know. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. You've been kind enough to invite me onto your channel. So what I'll do is I'll send you another email soon, and I'll invite you onto my live stream, and you
Okay,
can
sir.
talk to everybody about what it's like in the Philippines. I've sadly never been. I wish I had, but I haven't, and I'd love to go. So how about that? How about I invite you onto my channel and come and talk to the guys?
Okay, sir. Just please let me know when because I am very welcome to be on your channel, and it's my pleasure also to be on your channel. And
No worries.
I have included the link to his amazing informative channel in this video description. And please subscribe to his channel and also my channel. And I will use this format and also promote your channel. I hope you will agree to the interview. And uh, thank you to all the people who are still subscribing to my channel and watching my video, and also shout out to the people who are watching right now. And sir, thank you so much. I will let you know when I will be in Thailand soon, I hope. And then,
I hope
okay.
so too.
Yes, and then more blessing to you and to your wife, and then God bless you both, and then keep safe always, and everyone keep safe always. God bless to all of us, and then I will not let you stay a long time, sir. I know you are very busy, so that's all.
No worries.
And thank you, everyone. Okay, bye.